Okay, so far we know Oakwood and Blue Ridge are going to be in our Final Four. Welcome to Parkland Challenge 2023. One of these teams may join him. Let's meet them now.
Anthony Studer, senior.
Jack McMillan, senior.
Cameron Ensley, senior.
Ben Wilson, senior.
Kate McMillan, junior.
Philip Witherstickles, sophomore. Garrett Unger, junior.
Kylie Price, senior.
Zach Wells, junior.
Jesse Besant, senior.
Ryan Schluter, sophomore.
Allison Pangburns, junior.
Jaren Bennett, junior.
Okay, let's get started. In what year was the Nintendo 64 officially released? It was 1996. The Mariposa War took place between 1850 and 1851 in California. Who was the conflict between? Jack.
Californians and the Mexican government.
No. You can confer? Need an answer?
California government and the Mexican cartel.
No. Native Americans and miners. In what century did mathematicians first use plus and minus signs? Jack.
The 17th century.
Not the 17th. You can confer?
16th century?
16th century is correct, yes. The Red Scare in the United States was a fear of what? Zach.
Communist spies.
Yeah, communism sort of impervious. What French military unit which welcomes volunteers of all? Jack.
The French Foreign Legion.
Yes, correct. It was founded in 1831. Who was the nymph whose unrequited love for Narcissus caused her to pine away until nothing but her voice remained? Anthony.
Echo.
Echo is correct. Fort Bragg, California has a March festival for watching this sort of sea creature. Zach.
Dolphins.
Not dolphins. You guys confirm?
Sea lion or whales or
Wales.
Wales is correct, yeah. Good job. What popular feature did zany cartoonist Gary Larson terminate in 1994, claiming he didn't want the humor to become stale? Zach. Jack.
Tom and Jerry.
Not Tom and Jerry. You guys can confer?
Bugs Bunny.
I know it was a cartoon called The Far Side. The Far Side. Lady Godiva is said to have ridden naked through which English city? Jack.
Winchester.
Not Winchester. You can confer?
London.
Coventry. What horse breed is colorful and unique, as its coat patterns is usually noticed because of spots and splashes of color? What horse breed? Anthony.
Pinto.
Not Pinto, no. You can confer?
Calico.
No, it's Appaloosa. What was Paul Revere's profession? Jack.
Silversmith.
Silversmith is correct. Phobos and Deimos and Moon are moons of which planet? Jack.
Mars.
Mars is correct. In the novel Shoeless Joe, what real-life author is kidnapped by Ray and taken to a ball game? That's a tricky one. It was J.D. Salinger, and that was the guy who wrote Catcher in the Rye. And that novel became Field of Dreams, so there's some fun background information for you. What is an independent country or community, especially a democratic republic? An independent country or community, especially a democratic republic. Jack.
Congo.
Not a Congo, no. You can confer?
City-state.
Now we're looking for Commonwealth. A Commonwealth. What is 1/10 of a bell? B-E-L. What is 1/10 of a bell? Jack.
Decibel.
Yes. Decibel. Who is Who was worshipped in the Temple of Doom discovered by Indiana Jones? Jack.
Kali?
Yes, good job.
Yes, sir.
Who was the first to suggest using contact lenses to improve vision? Jack.
Benjamin Franklin?
Not Benjamin Franklin. You can confer.
John.
No, it was Leonardo da Vinci, and that was in 1508. What is the largest U.S. river by volume? Ryan.
Mississippi.
Not the Mississippi. I'll finish the question for you. What's the largest U.S. river by volume flowing into the Pacific Ocean? Jack. Or you can confer.
The Colorado River?
I think so.
All right. Colorado River.
It's Columbia. The Columbia. What famous fashion designer gave birth to Anderson Cooper? Zach.
Christian Dior.
Not Christian Dior.
I don't think it was Chanel.
Chanel.
I mean, I don't think it was her, but
Okay. Chanel.
No, it's Gloria Vanderbilt. Gloria Vanderbilt is Anderson Cooper's mom. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which is for St. Thomas More.
What rap artist earned the distinction of being the best-selling musician in the 2000s?
rap artist.
You can confer.
So that was Kanye's hair day.
It was either Eminem or Jay-Z, right?
Jay-Z. Probably.
It's either Eminem or Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Eminem is among the best-selling music artists of all time, with an estimated worldwide sales of over 220 million records. He was the best-selling music artist in the United States of the 2000s and the best-selling male music artist in the United States of the 2010s.
I did not know that. Let's get back to a regular game. What is the only bird that can fly backwards? Jesse.
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird is correct. What novel tells the story of firefighters burning down any house? Jack.
Fahrenheit 451.
Yes, any house containing books. Mistletoe is the state flower of what state? Jack.
Minnesota.
Not Minnesota. You guys can first.
Oregon. Wisconsin.
Rhode Island. Rhode Island. What Cool Whip ingredient outweighs all the others? What Cool Whip? Cool Whip. Cool ingredient outweighs all the others? Zach.
Air.
Not air. You guys can confer?
It's like nitrous oxide or something. Is it nitrous oxide?
No, it's water. It's actually water. It's not made of much. From which country do tapas originally hail from? Which country do tapas originally? Jack.
Cuba.
Not Cuba. You can confer.
Mexico.
Very close. Spain. What animal always gives birth to identical quadruplets? That is the armadillo. Who was Reichmeister of propaganda in Nazi Germany from Jack?
Joseph Goebbels.
Yes, correct. From 33 to 45. What is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature? Bet.
Mercury.
Mercury is correct. Good job. What state in the U.S. has the most golf courses? Jack.
Florida.
Florida is correct, yes. What is a word for unreal illness in which physical symptoms are traced back to mental causes? Jack.
Psychosomatic.
Psychosomatic is correct. In the brain, what is the area that is involved in language processing, speech production, and comprehension? Anthony.
The hippocampus.
No. You can confer?
The cerebrum.
I know it's a Broca's area. The Broca's area. Possum Kingdom State Park is in what southwestern state? Jack.
Arizona.
Not Arizona. You can prefer?
Utah.
Texas. Actress Gal Gadot starred as what American superhero? Jack.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah, the summer 2017. What Italian term is used to describe a woman who's a talented opera singer and a prima donna? Anthony.
A diva?
A diva is correct, yeah.
Yes.
By what pseudonym was Marion Morrison better known? Anthony?
Jane Austen?
Not Jane Austen, no. You can prefer?
Sorry, Jack.
Smith.
No, it was John Wayne. John Wayne's real name was Marion Morrison. By what name are deep-fried squid rings better known as? Jack.
Calamari.
Calamari is correct. Who was the first special teams player to be an MVP of the Super Bowl? That was Michigan's Desmond Howard, playing for Michigan then. In medical circles, what is the opposite of chronic? Ben.
Intermittent.
Not intermittent. No, you can prefer.
Temporary.
Acute. Okay, that's the end of our first round. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our lightning round when we come back.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, at the end of round one, Villa Grove trails St. Thomas More 150 to 30, but they can catch up in the lightning round, so let's get started. Which French word refers to fried cubes of bread that are used in soups and salads? Jack.
Croutons.
Croutons is correct. What brand of soup is featured in a series of paintings by Andy, Zach?
Campbell's.
Campbell's soup, yes, sir. Paintings by Andy Warhol. In what sport does a jammer score a point for each opponent she skates past? That is roller derby. What female American Indian was a huge social success in London? Jack.
Pocahontas.
Yes, Pocahontas. What company manufactured the first commercially available cell phones? Jesse.
Blackberry.
Not BlackBerry, it was Motorola. What would you find if you went to a pasticceria in Italy? What would you find if you went to a pasticceria in Italy? It would have pastries and maybe pronounced differently. What do you call a Japanese fish and vegetable that's fried in batter? Jesse.
Tempura.
Tempura is correct, yeah. Good job. What do IndyCar winners pour on their heads after a victory? Phil.
Champagne.
Not champagne, no, it's milk. Milk is IndyCars. What was Al Capone eventually imprisoned for? Jack.
Tax evasion.
Tax evasion is correct. Television advertisements for what product were banned on January 2nd, 1971? It was advertisements for cigarettes. The Gold Coast is the former name of what African, right?
Ghana.
Ghana, yes. What African nation? What is the strongest known magnet in the universe? Zach.
Neodymium.
No, a neutron star. What Monty Python alum landed the plum Harry Potter role of nearly headless Nick? Who is nearly headless Nick in Harry Potter? That Monty Python actor was John Cleese. In music, what is the relative major key to A minor? Tyler.
G major.
No, it's C. Assuming you hit it properly, which golf club gives you the most distance? A 3-iron, a 5-iron, or a 9-iron? Jesse.
3-iron.
3-iron is correct. What sport is called calico in Italy? Right.
Soccer.
Soccer is correct. Calcio. I said it wrong, but yeah. Okay, a pretty good lightning round there. We'll tally up the scores and be back with our final round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, let's start the final round. Who was the showgirl that Barry Manilow sang about in the song Copacabana? Tyler.
Lola.
Lola, yes. How many pins are in the back row at the start of a 10-pin bowling game? Zach.
5.
Not 5. You can confer. 10-pin, I think, is.
Oh, 10 pins. 4 or 6.
4.
4 is correct, yes. According to grocery statistics, more money is spent on advertising this breakfast cereal than any other. Between $50 million and $99 million annually. Which cereal is the most advertised? Kylie.
Cheerios.
Cheerios is correct, yeah. What beloved Christmas song by Irving Berlin was introduced by Bing Crosby in the 1942 movie Holiday Inn? What beloved Christmas song? Phil.
White Christmas.
White Christmas is correct, yeah. Good job. Go, Phil. What is the mathematical formula for Newton's second law of motion? Phil.
Force equals mass times acceleration.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
In what year did the War of 1812 end? Jack.
1814?
Not 1814. You can confer.
1815.
1815 is correct, yeah.
Shoot.
What does Newton's third law of motion state? Newton's third law of motion. Phil.
An object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force.
I think that's pretty close, but not what we're looking for. You guys can confer. You can answer.
Law of inertia.
No, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
That's the first one, guys.
Scott Joplin played his ragtime music on what instrument? Phil.
Piano.
Piano is correct, yes.
Yes, sir.
The Mason-Dixon line forms a border between which two states? The Mason-Dixon line. It's between Maryland and Pennsylvania. Sorry.
My bad.
That's okay. Between Maryland and Pennsylvania. The invention of what in 1867 made Alfred Nobel famous? Jack.
Dynamite.
Dynamite is correct. By multiplying a number by 9, dividing by 5, and adding 32, what conversion have you achieved?
Garrett.
Garrett, sorry.
Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, good job. How many is in a baker's dozen? Kylie.
13.
13 is correct. In the U.S., who's on the dime? Jack.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That is correct. What is the groove between the nose and the top lip called? Jack.
Philtrum.
Philtrum is correct. How many games long is Joe DiMaggio's consecutive hit streak record? Zach.
72.
Not 72. You can confirm?
Shoot. 5 million.
60 or 70. Somewhere around
Need
there.
an answer?
70.
No, it's 56.
Sorry, Anthony.
What is Charlie's last name in Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? It was Bucket. His name was Charlie Bucket. How long in days did the Pilgrims' first Thanksgiving in 1621 last? How many days is the first Thanksgiving? Zach.
3.
3 is correct. Yes. What mountain range runs the entire length of South America? Jack.
The Andes.
Andes is correct. Name the dog or its breed that LBJ picked up by its ears. Jack.
Bloodhound.
Not a bloodhound. You can defer.
Beagle.
It was a beagle. And his name was Edgar.
Oh.
I don't know why. What is the world's smallest and shallowest ocean?
Smallest and shallowest.
Phil.
Indian?
Not the Indian. You can confirm.
Arctic Ocean.
Arctic Ocean is correct, yes. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Villa Grove.
In 2008, the first movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was released. What was the film?
Iron Man.
Iron Man premiered in the United States on May 2nd, becoming the first film in Phase 1 of the MCU, a universe that now includes over 30 films and counting, and numerous TV shows to go along with it.
Okay, great job on the video question. Let's get back to our regular game. What year was the popular computer game The Sims released? Zach.
2006.
Not 2006. You can confirm.
2004? Or, I don't know. Sometime in the early 2000s, I think.
Early 2000.
Need an answer? You
2009.
Pardon?
2009.
No, 2000. 2009. What late disc jockey was the voice of Shaggy in the cartoon Jack?
Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem is correct. He was the voice of Shaggy in Scooby-Doo. How many red stripes does the U.S. flag have? Zach.
7.
7 is correct. What discovery did Francis Crick and James Watkins share a Nobel Prize for? Zach.
The double helix.
Yes, the double helix, the structure of the DNA molecule. What is the name for the electrical device that charges electricity of one voltage to another voltage? Phil.
Transformer.
Transformer is correct.
Robots.
What is the anchorman in each year's graduating class in the U.S. Naval Academy? What is the anchorman? Zach.
Youngest graduate.
Not the youngest graduate. No, you can confirm.
Oldest graduate.
Scorer. Oldest graduate. Heaviest. Oldest graduate.
Oldest graduate.
No, it's the one with the graduate with the lowest grades. I could probably do that. Composer Irving Berlin wrote the campaign song "I Like Ike" for what presidential? Jack.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yes, for what presidential candidate? It was Eisenhower. What is the name of the process in which ore is heated to obtain metal? Phil.
Smelting.
Smelting is correct. The name of the popular online battle royale game, PUBG, is short for what? Zach.
Players Unknown Battlegrounds.
Yes. Which general and future president gained the nickname Unconditional Surrender? Jack.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Yes, after taking over Fort Donelson. What do you call mineral deposits that rise from the floor of a limestone cave? Zach.
Stalagmites.
Stalagmites is correct. Little Rock, Arkansas's tallest building is named for what yogurt company? Zach.
Yoplait.
Not Yoplait. You can confirm?
Chobani.
No, TCBY. In what city is South by Southwest held? Jack.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Not Flagstaff. You can confirm if you'd like.
Phoenix, Arizona.
No, it's in Austin, Texas. Austin,
Oh.
Texas. Which is the only U.S. state that does not have land designated for a national park? Zach.
Rhode Island.
Not Rhode Island. You can confirm.
No, Wyoming has a lot of national parks.
Indiana.
Indiana has a national park too.
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. No, you had the right idea, but it was Delaware. What was the world's first national park? Jack.
Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone is correct. What computer company was named after a founder's memory of spending a summer in an Oregon orchard? Jack.
Apple.
Apple is correct. The Baby Ruth candy bar was named after which real person? Zach.
Babe Ruth.
Not after Babe Ruth.
It was Cleveland's daughter.
Yeah, it was his daughter.
Ruth Cleveland.
Yes, Ruth Cleveland is correct. The daughter of President Grover Cleveland.
Yeah.
Which phenomenon appears if you are at a 42 degree angle to the rays of the sun? Jack.
Sundog.
Not a sundog. You can confirm.
What phenomenon appears if you're at a 42-degree angle to the sun? A rainbow.
A rainbow is correct. Yeah. What is the only U.S. state that only borders one other? Phil.
Maine.
Maine is correct, yes. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up the score and tell you who's going to our final game today right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Welcome back. St. Thomas More 350, Villa Grove 190. That means St. Thomas More gets to stick around and play the winner of our next game between Decatur, St. Teresa, and Salt Fork. So stay around for that. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to Parkland Challenge 2023. It's day 3, and we know that St. Thomas More will be in our final game. Let's find out if one of these teams will join them.
Olivia Fritz, senior. Addison O'Brien, senior.
Joseph Kiedis, senior.
Franklin Richardson, senior.
Isaac Dean, senior.
Sebastian Burton, senior.
Noah Hayes, senior.
Logan Phillips, sophomore.
Cameron Appick, senior.
Lauren White, senior.
Seamus Jordan, freshman.
Ken Chudum, senior.
All right, let's get started with the game. What was the first U.S. state with speed limit signs? Cameron.
Texas.
Not Texas. You can give her.
California?
No, it was Oregon. In 1972, what did RCA invent? In 1972. Olivia.
RC Cola.
Not RC Cola, no.
Tape recorder.
No, you're right idea. Compact disc. Compact disc. Cowboy singer Gene Autry introduced what animal Christmas character in this 1949 recording? Addison.
Alvin the Chipmunk.
Not Alvin the Chipmunk. No, you can confirm.
Rudolph.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yes, correct. Good job. What country controlled South Africa in the Logan?
The United Kingdom?
Yes, Great Britain in the 1880s. Who created the Muppets? Joseph.
Jim Henson?
Jim Henson is correct. Good job. Which measurement describes the value of all goods and services that have been produced? Franklin.
GDP?
Yes, gross domestic product, yes, within 1 year. What ballpark has a row of seats painted purple to mark the elevation of 1 mile above sea level? Logan.
The Rockies?
Yes, Coursefield, yes. What is the most common blood type? Addison.
O negative.
Not O negative.
O positive.
O positive. Who is credited with the assassination of the American outlaw Jesse James? That was Joseph.
Doc Holliday?
Not Doc Holliday. You can give her if you like.
What's that?
Wyatt Earp.
No, it was Robert Ford. Robert Ford. What's the only New England state without a seacoast? Logan.
New Hampshire?
Not New Hampshire. You can give her.
She says it's Vermont. Vermont. I'm going to say Pennsylvania. Because we have 3 people in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania?
Vermont.
Okay.
How many cents are there in an Australian dollar? Logan.
100?
100 is correct. Yeah. From which continent do oranges originate? Logan.
Asia?
Asia is correct. Yeah. What is a female alligator called? They're called a tresser. In computer terminology, a byte usually consists of how many bits? Noah.
1024.
No, you can confirm?
I said 64, maybe. It could be 64.
64?
8. What New York canal finished in 1825? Logan.
The Erie Canal?
The Erie Canal, yes, was called the Gateway to the West. By what name do we know high-quality lead glass? Joseph.
Stained glass?
Not stained glass. No, you can confirm?
Bulletproof?
No, it'd be crystal. What painting is famous for its portrayal of a man, a woman, and a pitchfork? Addison.
American Gothic.
American Gothic is correct. Who is the mother of King Solomon? Logan.
Bathsheba?
Bathsheba is correct. What state is most dependent on tourism? Joseph.
Florida?
Not Florida, no.
You think it's Nevada? Vegas?
Nevada.
Nevada's right, yeah. Las Vegas. What is the largest landmass that lies entirely in the Pacific Ocean? No.
Japan.
Not Japan. No.
Australia?
No, New Guinea. What is a baby oyster called? Addison.
Scallop?
Not a scallop. No.
A clam.
No, it's called a spat. A spat. What do government representatives and diplomats enjoy that keeps them from being prosecuted? Logan.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yes, while in office. Who was the Prime Minister of Great Britain during the World War? Franklin.
Churchill.
Churchill, yes, during World War II. All right, it's time for this round's video question, which is for St. Teresa.
Michael Jackson passed away at the age of 50 on June 25th, 2009. What popular nickname was the music icon also known as?
King of Pop.
Jackson was known as the King of Pop due to his immense popularity and influence on the music industry.
Okay, good job on the video question. What city is most commonly referred to as the City of Lights? Franklin.
Paris.
Paris, France, yes. What famous 435,000-acre swamp sits astride, Logan?
The Everglades.
No. I'll finish for you. Sits astride the border of Georgia and Florida.
I can't think of it. Why could only say the Everglades? If you got a swamp, they might say. I don't know. Do you have a guess? The Outback.
The Outback?
No, it's the Okefenokee Swamp.
What?
What popular action star also appeared as a lovable doofus on the television show Parks and Recreation? Joseph.
Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt is correct. Where is the Suez Canal? Logan.
Egypt.
Egypt is correct. What U.S. city boasts the world's oldest working trolley line? Franklin.
San Francisco.
Not San Francisco, no.
Boston.
No, New Orleans. After the Great Fire, what gift did Queen Victoria make to Chicago? She gave them books to restock their public library. Ishtar Gate served as one of the entrances to what ancient city? Logan.
Jerusalem.
Not Jerusalem. You can go first.
Cairo?
No, we're looking for Babylon. What character is nimble, quick, and jumps over a candlestick? Addison.
Jack.
Jack is correct. In what Dickens novel would you find the Artful Dodger? Logan.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist is right. Who assassinated Robert Kennedy? Logan.
Sirhan.
Sirhan is correct. Who was the first Democrat since Franklin Delano Roosevelt to be re-elected to a United States presidency? Cameron.
Truman.
Not Truman. No. Go further.
Eisenhower. LBJ. No. I don't. Was he real? No, he was Obama. I'm gonna say Obama.
Need an answer?
Obama.
No, Clinton.
Okay.
Clinton.
I forgot Clinton was
By what three-letter name do we know Himalayan beef? No.
No answer.
Okay, you revert. What three-letter name do we know Himalayan beef?
Is it elk? No. Sure.
Elk.
No, good try though. Yak. Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Which Amazing team won the 1969 World Series? Cameron.
Giants.
Not the Giants. No, you prefer?
Amazing team. Amazing. Something around there. Amazing. I don't know what he's amazing team.
What team won a World Series?
Need an answer?
The Reds.
No, the Amazing Mets. The Amazing Mets. What college football team plays home games in a venue David Letterman made called David Letterman Stadium? College football team plays in a venue David Letterman like to call David Letterman Stadium. Noah.
The Razorbacks.
Not the Razorbacks. No, you can confirm?
College football team.
Georgia.
No, it was Ball State. That was his alma mater. Who played lead guitar for the British rock band Queen? Lauren.
Brian May.
Brian May is correct. Which of the traditional 5 senses are dolphins believed not to possess? Oh, who buzzed?
Me.
Oh, no.
Smell.
Smell was correct, yeah. What is the only continent with no areas of land below sea level? Look.
Australia.
Not Australia.
It's a continent. Antarctica. Oh, Antarctica sounds pretty good. I would say Antarctica.
I don't go to Asia.
Antarctica.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, just made more sense.
Okay, that's the end of our first round. We'll tally up our score and be back with the lightning round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, after the end of one round, Salt Fork 90, St. Teresa 150. Let's get to our lightning round, where scores can change quickly. A woodpecker can peck how many times per second? You peck 20 times a second. What band's song states, every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line? Every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. That is the Zach Brown Band. According to the Robert Frost poem, good fences make what? Logan.
Good neighbors.
Good neighbors is correct, yes. What improperly named Texas metropolis has never been a fort? Franklin.
Fort Worth?
Fort Worth is correct, yeah. Good job. Queen Elizabeth I suffered from anthrophobia, which is a fear of what? Anthrophobia. It's a fear of roses. Which plane was nicknamed the Flying Fortress in World War II? Franklin.
The B-52?
Not the B-52, the B-17. B-17. What is the name of the brightest star in the night sky? Noah.
The North Star.
Yes, I believe that. Yes, Sirius. Yes. What word defines sound too low for human hearing?
Too low.
It is infrasonic. Name the NFL's 2 Manning brothers. Cameron.
Peyton and Eli.
Peyton and Eli is correct. What type of fish was caught by the old man in Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea?
A swordfish.
Marlin. We'll have to check to see if those are transferable there. What is the capital of Austria? Logan.
Vienna.
Vienna is correct. In what year did the Battle of the Alamo take place? (1836). What do you call the dish of minced raw steak and onions? It is steak tartare. According to the Arthurian legend, what was the name of the sword in the stone? Logan.
Excalibur.
Excalibur is correct. Ironically, what kind of waves transmit television pictures? Joseph.
Radio?
Radio waves, yes. What is the tallest breed of dog? Addison.
Great Dane.
Not the Great Dane, the Irish Wolfhound. Okay, that's the end of our lightning round. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our final round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, pretty good game going so far. Salt Fork 90, St. Teresa 170. Let's get to our final round. What Italian expression describes pasta that is cooked still firm? Franklin.
Al dente?
Al dente is correct. By what term did the scandal involving the New England Patriots and the run to Super Bowl 49? Franklin.
Deflategate?
Deflategate is correct. Who was the first president to win a Pulitzer Prize? Logan.
Obama.
Not Obama, no. You can go first.
Pulitzer's for writing, right? Yeah, I think so. I had a really big speech about FDR.
FDR?
No, it's John F. Kennedy for Profiles in Courage. In which country was the Battle of Waterloo fought? Logan.
Belgium.
Belgium, yes. Who composed The Flight of the Bumblebee? Ken.
Rimsky-Korsakov.
That is correct. Good job. What is the name of the evil nuclear power plant boss in The Simpsons? Sebastian.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns is correct. What is the science of map making? Logan.
Cartography.
Cartography is correct. This soybean curd originated in China almost 2,000 years ago. No. Or I'm sorry.
Tofu?
Tofu, yes. Who was the first person to break the sound barrier? Logan.
Jaeger.
Chuck Yeager, yes. What is the imposition of direct military control of normal civilian functions? Franklin.
Martial law?
Martial law, yes. What widely traveled Venetian brought pasta to Italy? Logan.
Marco Polo.
Marco Polo, after he traveled in China. This state is called the Bay State because of the Puritans founded their colony on its bay. Logan.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is correct. What word is used to note the strength of whiskey? Joseph.
Proof?
Proof is correct. Yes. Ethan Allen led the founding of which state? Logan.
Vermont.
Vermont, yeah. And then he started making furniture, I think. In April of 1964, this band occupied all the top 5 positions on the Billboard singles charts. Franklin.
The Beatles?
The Beatles, yes. Can't Buy Me Love, Twist and Shout, She Loves You, and a couple more. What island is home to an estimated 2,000 dragons and fewer than 100 humans? Samus.
Berg.
No.
I don't know. I was thinking the Galapagos Islands. Do you know that? Where's your Galapagos?
Galapagos Islands?
No, Komodo. What body part becomes painfully inflamed in an acute case of glossitis? Glossitis. Joseph.
The pancreas?
Not the pancreas. No, you go first.
Heart?
The tongue. The tongue. What is the only marsupial native to the United States? Marsupial native to the United States. Logan.
Possum.
Possum is correct, yeah. What city is home to the University of Minnesota's College of Agriculture? Cameron.
St. Paul?
St. Paul is correct, yeah. Good job. This fish has names like Big Eye, Skipjack, Albacore, Bluefin, and Yellowfin. Joseph.
Tuna?
Tuna is correct, yeah. Which term is used for the policy of racial exclusion in Franklin?
Segregation?
Not segregation. Racial exclusion in South Africa.
Apartheid.
Apartheid is correct, yes. Who wrote the novel Dracula? Look.
Bram Stoker.
Bram Stoker, yes. What is the name of the girl that Calvin loves to hate in the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes? Just
Nancy?
not Nancy, no.
Sandra.
I know Susie Dinkins. Susie Dinkins. What Republican president was the subject of a controversial 1999 film directed by Oliver Stone? Republican president. That movie was Nixon, Richard Nixon. What historic 500-mile road connected the Mississippi River with Nashville, Tennessee? Yes, I can't read your name. Isaac.
Route 66.
Not Route 66. No, you need for
It's
US 55.
I know the Natchez Trace. Yeah. All right, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Salt Fork.
Who did Barack Obama beat in the 2008 U.S. presidential election race?
I want to say Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney?
Obama defeated Republican nominee John McCain by flipping 9 states and garnering a total of 365 electoral votes.
Okay, let's finish up our game. How many calories are stored in 1 pound of body fat? Franklin.
3,500?
3,500 is correct. Identify the Shakespeare play by this list of characters: Prince of Aragon, Prince of Monaco, and Portia. Joseph.
Hamlet?
Not Hamlet. No, you can go for it.
The Merchant of Venice.
That is correct. Who was the first president to live in the White House? Franklin.
Adams?
Yes. Which one?
Oh. John Adams?
John Adams is correct, yes. Name the 5 original members of the pop band One Direction. I have a feeling no one would do that even if they could, so we'll move on here. In food preparation, what do you call it when you soak or saturate something with salty water?
Brian?
Brining, yes, good job. John Wayne played this character in 1969, and Jeff Bridges played it in 2010. Can you name this character? That was Rooster Cogburn. The movie was True Grit. Some birds are fossorial. What does that mean? Fossorial. Just
They cannot fly.
no. We're looking for you bird.
They can become fossils.
Well, no, not really. They dig burrows. What double-named character pursues Lolita in Nabokov's novel? Characters Humbert. What is the fruit of the Anissus camosis? Anissus camosis. That is a pineapple. That was a lot of work for no answer. Come on, guys.
Okay.
How many players are there on a court in a volleyball match? Cameron.
12.
12 is correct. How many letters appear twice in the word millennium?
How many other letters appear twice?
Logan.
3.
Not 3.
Is he asking how many double pairs there are or how many letters there are? I think it's only 2 because there's 2 L's and 2 L's. 2?
4. 4. There's the M at the beginning of there. What state boasts the city of Paducah, Lexington, Cameron?
Kentucky.
Kentucky, yes, and Bowling Green. Who is the author behind the vampire book series Twilight? Nobody. Stephanie Meyer. Stephanie Meyer. What is a group of crows called? Look,
Murder.
Murder of crows, yes. How many baby teeth does the average person have? Isaac.
24?
Not 24. You prefer?
Are they including us in the average? I was thinking, I don't know.
30.
20. 20. What planet's years last 687 Earth days? Ken.
Mars?
Mars is correct, yes. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up our score and tell you who's moving on to face St. Thomas More in our next game.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, pretty good game. Salt Fork 190, St. Teresa 350. That means St. Teresa is going to stick around and play St. Thomas More in our final game for this round. And whoever wins that goes to the Final Four. So stick around. Okay, welcome to day 3, our final game. It's St. Thomas More versus St. Teresa. Let's meet the teams now.
Anthony Studer, senior.
Jack McMillan, senior.
Cameron Ensley, senior.
Ben Wilson, senior.
Kate McMillan, Jr.
Philip Withersickles, sophomore.
Garrett Unger, junior.
Noah Hayes, senior.
Logan Phillips, sophomore.
Cameron Appick, senior.
Lauren White, senior.
Seamus Jordan, freshman.
Ken Tudum, senior.
Okay, the winner of this game goes to the Final Four. So let's get started. It is possible to drive through 3 consecutive U.S. states, one after the other, whose spellings all begin with the same letter of the alphabet. What are these 3 states? Phil.
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa.
That is correct. Good job. What Kevin Costner movie challenged Mary McDonald to portray a character named Stands with a Fist?
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves is correct. What car was named after the founder of Detroit? Jack.
Cadillac.
Cadillac is correct. Whose famous last words were, "Farewell, my children, forever. I go to your father"? Logan.
Jesus.
Not Jesus.
Mother Teresa, I think, is a good guess. Okay.
Mother Teresa.
That was Marie Antoinette. What do you call a substance that accelerates a chemical reaction without being part of the reaction? Noah.
Catalyst.
Catalyst is correct. John Paul Ringo. Who's the missing Beatle? Jack.
George.
George is the missing Beatle. In what type engine is fuel ignited by the heat caused by compressing the air into a cylinder? Phil.
Internal combustion engine.
No, we're looking for, you can confirm.
You go with what you said. Direct injection?
No, diesel is what we're looking for. What is the word for a person who holds that knowledge of a supreme being is impossible? No.
Atheist?
Not an atheist. You can confirm.
Agnostic.
Agnostic.
Agnostic is correct, yes.
That's not one.
Who created the television series Beavis and Butthead and Jack?
Mike Judge.
Yes, and also King of the Hill.
Yes, sir.
I love Beavis and Butthead.
What was put into whiskey barrels to keep them from leaking? What is put into whiskey barrels to keep them from leaking? It is just a cork. A cork. And what United States Army general commanded the 7th United States Army in the Mediterranean and European theaters Logan.
Patton.
Patton, yes, during World War II. Which 1929 novel describes the World War I experiences of a young Paul Barmer? Logan.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
All Quiet on the Western Front is correct. Good job. This band, headed by James Hetfield, Jack.
Metallica.
Metallica, yeah. They
Yes,
got into Rock and
sir.
Roll Hall of Fame in 2009. Calm down.
Love that band.
What author was the inspiration for Dill Harris in Harper Lee's classic To Kill a Mockingbird? Kate.
Truman Capote.
Truman Capote is correct. What Scandinavian nation is famed for its high taxes and canned hams? Jack.
Norway.
Not Norway, no. You can confirm?
Sweden?
Denmark. What biblical place name means pleasure? Anthony.
Sodom?
No.
Gomorrah?
No, Eden. The 2010 documentary Senna was about Ayrton Senna, a Brazilian who competed in what sport? Phil.
Formula One.
Yes, auto racing. Martha Stewart started producing this magazine in 1990. Is Martha Stewart living? Which two metals are alloyed to make a pewter? Kate.
Silver and lead.
Pardon?
Silver and lead.
Not silver and lead.
Zinc and lead?
Tin and lead. Tin and lead. What name from a Thurber story is given to someone who constantly fantasizes in order to escape reality? Jack.
Daydreamer.
Not daydreamer. No, you can give her.
Daydream.
No answer.
Walter Mitty. It's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. What are the names of the two feuding families in Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn? Anthony.
Capulets and the Montagues.
No. You can give her. It would be quite a coincidence.
Phillips and the Hayes.
No, the Grangerfords and the Shepherdsons. What is a textile fabric made from regenerated cellulose? No.
Polyester.
Not polyester.
Cotton?
No, it's rayon. Rayon. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which is for St. Thomas More.
What longtime director finally won his first Oscar for Best Director at the 2007 Academy Awards for the film The Departed?
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Very good.
After being nominated 7 times before, Martin Scorsese would win the Oscar for Best Director. While he has not won since, he has been nominated for 6 more Oscars, bringing his overall total of nominations to 14.
Okay, great job on the video question. Let's finish up the first round. What Aero Museum in who is the Aero Museum in Rantoul, Illinois named after? Jack.
The Tuskegee Airmen.
No. You confirm?
Pulaski.
Chanute Air Force Base in Rantoul. What is the name of the poem which appears on the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty? Logan.
The New Colossus?
Yes, by Emma Lazarus. What component under a car's hood mixes air and fuel? Jack.
Catalytic converter.
Not the catalytic converter. You can convert.
Carburetor.
Carburetor is correct.
Oh, shit.
What city was divided in two after World War? Logan.
Berlin.
Berlin is correct. Which modern Australian building is made up of a series of concrete shells? Logan.
Sydney Opera House.
Sydney Opera House is correct. Shells or sails? What songwriter with a German-sounding name was responsible for God Bless America? Logan.
Gershwin.
Not Gershwin.
I want to say John Denver, but
It's definitely not German, but okay.
well, his real name was super German.
Then say it.
John Denver.
No, Irving Berlin. Berlin was the German-sounding name we were looking for there. What were the names of Mickey Mouse's nephews? They were Ferdy and Morty. The U.S. and Canada share the largest body of fresh water in the world. What lake is it? Logan.
Lake Ontario.
Not Lake Ontario.
Lake Superior.
Lake Superior.
Lake Superior.
Is this the lightning?
To what state will a letter addressed to MI be delivered? Jack.
Michigan.
Michigan is correct. How many micrometers are there in 1 meter? Noah.
1 million.
1 million is correct, Jack. Because freedom can't protect itself is a motto of what civil rights organization founded in 1920 by Roger Baldwin? Jack.
The ADL.
No. Are you looking for it?
NAACP.
No, American Civil Liberties Union. ACLU.
That's it.
What U.S. constitutional amendment granted women the right to vote? Kate.
19.
19th Amendment. Yeah, good job. What is a female fox called? Logan.
Vixen.
Vixen is correct. Name this word. A machine for producing continuous power in which a wheel or rotor is made to revolve by a fast-moving flow of water. Noah.
Water wheel.
Not a water wheel. I'll finish for you. In which a wheel or rotor is made to revolve by a fast-moving flow of water, steam, gas, air, or other fluid.
A mill or something?
Yeah, maybe. I think a mill sounds.
A mill.
No, that sounds.
A mill.
No, a turbine. Turbine is a word. What is the last word in the Declaration of Independence? No.
Freedom.
Not freedom.
All.
Separated.
Yeah, all maybe.
All.
All sounds good.
All.
No, it's honor. Honor. What do you call a person who travels to a sacred place? Jack.
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim is correct.
He fights the world.
What does uranium decay into once it's lost all of its radioactivity? Logan.
Lead.
Lead is correct, yeah. What was the name of Robert E. Lee's horse? Logan.
Traveler.
Traveler is correct. Which American poet wrote Exaltations and the Cantos? Phil.
Robert Frost.
Not Robert Frost.
Emerson.
No, it's Ezra Pound. Ezra Pound. All right, that's the end of our first round. Pretty good one. We'll be back with our lightning round when we come back.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, welcome back. Pretty good game. St. Thomas More 150, St. Teresa 110. That can change quickly in the lightning round. Let's get started. Which fabulous tale, part of the 1001 Nights, contains the words "Open Sesame"? Logan.
Aladdin.
Not Aladdin. No, it's Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
What was Aladdin?
What is alloyed with steel to make it stainless? Logan.
Chromium.
Chromium is correct. Yes. What social media company held its initial public stock offering in May of 2012? Cameron.
Facebook?
Facebook is correct. What causes a flame in the flaming fountain at South Dakota's capital? The flame is caused by sulfur. What is frozen to make dry ice? Noah.
Carbon dioxide?
That is correct. Who succeeded William Henry Harrison, the shortest serving U.S. president? Logan. Tyler, yes. Which U.S. president spoke Dutch at home with his wife? Kate.
Van Buren.
Van Buren, yes. Martin Van Buren. Hardy. Who was the first actor to play the role of James Bond on the big screen? Anthony.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery is correct. What super team includes Green Lantern, Flash, and Logan?
The Justice League.
The Justice League, yes, and Martian Manhunter. What was Fox's first series to win a TV season's Nielsen rating? The series is American Idol. What single-name diva wisely dropped her first and middle names, Louise and Veronica? That was Madonna. The tiny nation of Maldives is found on in what ocean? Logan.
The Indian Ocean.
The Indian Ocean, yes. There are two sports figures nicknamed Iron Mike. Give me one of their last names. Cameron.
Jordan?
Not Jordan, no. Tyson or Ditka. What two numbers have a sum of 1,000 and a difference of 100? Phil.
550 and 450.
That is correct. Good job. It's fantastic.
Love you.
Name the winner and the loser of the Peloponnesian War. Logan.
Sparta and Athens.
Yes. Which yellow plant has the meaning lion's tooth? It is a bane to most gardeners. Phil.
Dandelion?
Dandelion is correct, yes.
Love you, Phil.
Okay, that's the end of our lightning round. We'll come back with our final round and tell you who's moving on to the final four when we come back.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, heading into our final round, we got a great game. St. Thomas More 190, St. Teresa 160. Let's get started. Jumbuck is an Australian term for which animal? Jack.
Sheep.
Sheep is correct. What structure was 26.5 miles long until 1989? Noah.
Berlin Wall.
Berlin Wall is correct. This airplane carried 451 gallons of gas and 20 gallons of oil. It was piloted by Charles Lindbergh. What was the name of his airplane? Phil.
The Spirit of St. Louis?
The Spirit of St. Louis is correct. In which city was the first American commercial radio station located? Phil.
San Francisco?
Not San Francisco. No, you can go.
New York?
No, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. PA. Carlsbad Caverns is located in what U.S. state? Anthony.
New Mexico.
New Mexico is correct. What is the Jules Rimet Trophy, which was stolen in England in 1966? That was a trophy for the World Cup, for soccer's World Cup. Name 4 universities that play in the Ivy League athletic conference. Anthony.
Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and MIT.
No. You confirm?
Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth.
Dartmouth, yes. Columbia, Brown, Pennsylvania, and Cornell would have also counted. What are the most and least used letters of the alphabet? Phil.
E and X.
Not E and X. You can confirm?
E and Q.
E and Q is correct, yes. The Black Mountains in the eastern United States are part of what colorfully named mountain chain? Logan.
The Blue Mountains?
Uh,
Blue Ridge Mountains?
Pardon?
Blue Ridge Mountains?
Blue Ridge Mountains is correct, yes. Who reached number 1 in 1978 with YMCA? Kate.
Village People.
Village People is correct. What city is home to the world's longest street? Jack.
Buenos Aires?
Not Buenos Aires. You can confirm?
Paris.
No, Toronto. What classic tale by William Golding features the characters Ralph, Jack, and Jack?
The Lord of the Flies.
Yes, Lord of the Flies, Ralph, Jack, and Piggy. Legally speaking, what do you call the testimony of a witness who is unable to appear in court? Jack.
In absentia?
Not in abstention.
Okay, that's for
Need an answer?
No answer.
It's a deposition.
I couldn't think of it.
What is the only bird capable of smelling? Jack.
Turkey vulture?
Not a turkey vulture. No.
American Eagle.
No, an emu. What country has the most time zones? Logan.
Russia?
Russia is correct, yeah. Anne Boleyn had how many fingers? Logan.
9.
Not 9. No, you can confirm?
11?
Like a normal person?
Like, yeah, maybe 10.
11. 11.
11 is correct. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Who is the only president buried in Washington's National Cathedral? Kate.
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson is correct. Which act established the organization of the U.S. federal court system? Noah.
The Judicial Act.
I need more specific on that. The Judicial Act of
1789.
That is exactly right. Yes. Let's hear it for Noah. What company is named after the Greek goddess of victory? Kate.
Nike.
Nike is.
Yes, sir.
What famous baseball stadium is the house that Ruth built? Cameron.
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium is correct. What band won Record of the Year honors at the 2011 Grammy Awards? The band was Arcade Fire. Arcade Fire. With a 35-foot thick waist, she is probably the largest woman in America. Who is she? Kate.
The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty is correct. All right, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to St. Teresa.
What pilot successfully completed an emergency landing in the Hudson River on January 15th, 2009?
Sully?
After both of his engines were disabled by bird strikes, pilot Chesley Sullenberger safely landed U.S. Airways Flight 1549, which had 155 people on board, into the Hudson River.
Okay, let's finish up the game. The Wrigley Company says it needs about 53 square miles of farmland to grow all the herb it needs for its chewing gum. What herb is this? No.
Mint.
Mint is correct, yes. In what year did the U.S. complete the Louisiana Purchase? Kate.
1804.
Not 1804.
1807.
It's 1803. What is the most common name for a patella? Cameron.
Kneecap.
Kneecap is correct. What two Western outlaws did Robert Redford and Paul Newman portray in a very popular Anthony?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yes, a very popular 1969 film. What is the capital of Canada? Logan.
Ontario.
Not Ontario, no.
Ottawa.
Yes, Ottawa is correct. Who was president of Russia before Vladimir Putin's first, Logan?
Yeltsin.
Yeltsin, before his first presidency. What does the word penultimate mean? Jack.
Before the last.
Yes, the one before last, yes.
Good job.
What was the first name of the adopted father of Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? Logan.
Dave.
Dave, yes, they were the Chipmunks.
I remember that.
What's the world's most used man-made material? Phil.
Cement.
Yes. What is Patrick Henry's most famous quote? Kate.
Give me liberty or give me death.
Yes. You got liberty. So, what is the only mammal able to fly? Logan.
Bats.
Bats is correct. Yes. What is the point scored immediately after deuce in tennis? No.
Love.
Not love.
It's all. I don't know anything about tennis. I'm sorry. I'm with
All.
sports.
No, advantage. What country overthrew its authoritarian regime via the bloodless Velvet Revolution? Jack.
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia is correct. What member of the herpes virus family is the cause of mononucleosis? Noah.
Chickenpox.
Not chickenpox. No, you can get fur.
Cold sores. Oh, cold sores. Cold sores.
What? Cold sores?
Cold sores?
No, Epstein-Barr. Epstein-Barr.
What? Epstein.
Who stated, in this world, nothing can be certain except death and taxes? Logan.
Benjamin Franklin.
Franklin, yes. Who authored the Pickwick Papers? Logan.
Thoreau.
Not Thoreau, no. You can fur.
Emerson, maybe?
Emerson?
Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens. What does the Spanish salutation Feliz Navidad? Logan.
Happy holidays. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, need one.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
They're all variations of the same thing.
This philanthropist donated money to fund over 2,500 public libraries. Phil.
Carnegie.
Carnegie, yes.
Slap me some dog.
What very popular question and answer game was introduced in 1983 using pies for categories? No.
Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit is correct. What's the main mode of transport for the nomads who make up half of Somalia's population? Their main mode of transport. Logan.
Camels.
Camel is correct. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Pollock was a painter famous for his technique of splashing paint on canvas. What was his first name? Anthony.
Jason.
Not Jason, no.
Alfred.
Jackson. Jackson. What familiar tone consists of two overlapping frequencies of 350 hertz and 440 hertz? Familiar tone. Noah.
Speech.
No. You can fur?
The buzz, like.
A? Concert A? No, that doesn't.
No, we were looking for the dial tone. The dial tone. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up the score and tell you who's going to the Final Four after this.
The 2023 Student Entrepreneur of the Year is Rebecca Smith.
I am ecstatic. I am super excited. Just started this program kind of on a whim, thinking maybe it would help me understand the aspects of opening a business and running it. And all of the speakers and presenters that we had, I thought that was super valuable. So I'm overwhelmed, actually. Cobra Venture has been amazing. I came into this as a business student, just thinking maybe, I would get some knowledge about opening a business. My son had just graduated from high school in May of 2022, so I thought it was kind of my time to venture out and see what was out there. And Mr. Kessler suggested Cobra Venture to his business students, so I applied and then was accepted. And it's been priceless being able to have that information from different presenters, different business owners. And I think it's important that these people have businesses in this community, so they aren't, coming from other places coming in. These are people that have been in my shoes, had an idea, wanted to start a business, and they're being successful with it. So I don't know of anything like this, and I think it's probably, I'm super fortunate to have been a part of it. I think the most important thing I got out of this is networking. We were able to speak with several business owners. We also were networking with each other, so just being supportive not only from other businesses in the community, but also each other. So I think the networking has been huge. It's been probably the most important thing for success of this program. I think anybody who has the opportunity should take it. It's been a great thing. I was unsure at first, just interested in the workshops. They have proved to be extremely beneficial. Working with the presentation center on our pitch, working with Mr. Shagnon, who, kind of led us through the whole process. So I think if someone has the opportunity, they should jump on it.
Okay, yet another great game at the Parkland Challenge. St. Thomas More 350, St. Teresa 340, which means St. Thomas More is going to join Oakwood and Blue Ridge in our Final Four. Thanks for joining us.